The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Jesus said, "What is the kingdom of God like? To what can I compare it? It is like a mustard seed that a person took and planted in the garden. When it was fully grown, it became a large bush, and the birds of the sky dwelt in its branches." Again, he said, "To what shall I compare the kingdom of God? It is like yeast that a woman took and mixed in with 3 measures of wheat flour until the whole batch of dough was leavened." My dear friends, the Gospel of the Lord. I can still remember when we were little children in elementary. My mother used to bake siopaw because in the barrio, every Sunday, there is a little gathering for people to enjoy themselves in front of the basketball court and some other games. And people enjoy being together. And so in order to support the family, to help support the family, every Sunday, Saturday evening, my mom already starts to mix in order to a yeast with a flour in order to sell siopaw. I was really amazed why at the beginning the siopaw is so small, and little by little it grows big. And so she explained to us, because she mixed something in it, the yeast, which makes it grow and look really like a siopaw ready to eat. This same image is used by Jesus about the kingdom of God, that the kingdom is so small at the beginning. It values what are little things. It values the small things. I remember also when we were still in high school, our principal used to tell us a story about a little boy who one day happened to see an old man in the seashore picking up each one starfishes, because a lot of starfishes was on the sand in the seashore. The old man, who was feeling tired and he really felt it difficult to pick up one by one the starfishes and throw it back to the sea, the little boy was so surprised and was amazed to ask him, "Why is it that you are picking up each of these starfishes back and throw it back to the sea?" The old man said, "Because every little thing you do makes a difference. Every little thing you do makes a difference." My dear friends, this same point is also the best reflection we can offer now for these 2 images of the gospel about the kingdom of God. First, about the small mustard seed, and second, about the yeast that makes the dough leaven and big because of the presence of the yeast. But different, it is true. For Jesus, the kingdom of God creates miracles. But this miracle will only happen if we try to start small. As it is said, every single step, every million miles begins with a single step. Every little thing we do makes a difference. How can we make the presence of God? How can we make the kingdom be present in our midst without starting it small? That's why today we shall ask ourselves, what little thing am I doing or I can do in order that the presence of God might be felt among us, within us, in the community? It is true, my dear friends, that even your little smile, every time you meet a friend on the road, your little smile every time you greet somebody as your office mate, every smile for a person whom you know and you meet every day already creates magic deep within and in the environment. Every little forgiveness that you do for someone whom you have not talked to for so many years, every word of forgiveness and acceptance for one who has failed in life, every little encouragement that you say to somebody in order to tap him and support him and lift his spirit up, no matter how little these words are, they will always uplift the spirit. They will create something in the community. Every little help that you give, every peso that you offer for the poor, every centavo that you offer for a cause which is so noble, for a project which is for everyone, especially for the needy. If we do that, that will create a miracle. No matter how small, no matter how little help we can extend for a good cause. That's why, my dear friends, today, again, we are reminded to ask ourselves, what little thing can I do, or have I done, or I used to do, in order to influence others, to let them feel God's presence among us? Speaking about this little thing negatively, every little feeling of hatred that we saw every day, if we are a little bit angry with others without having been forgiving him, having forgiven him, and we always carry with us that little feeling of unforgiveness, then day after day we will accumulate millions, volumes of anger deep within us, so that it will also create negative attitude of anger. Every little thing that we say, hurting words that we say to others, words of criticism, words which are unwelcoming to others, words which always put them down, no matter how little it is, then it will also discourage someone to stand up after he has failed. Every little act of unkindness, every little act of greed, every little act of corruption that we do, little by little, if we do it every day, it will also make us corrupt people, deceitful people. That's why, my dear friends, today, let us choose among the little things that we do, that one which makes us feel God's presence among us, or negatively, that one which makes us corrupt people and proliferate and spread values which are contrary to the kingdom. Today, it is very easy to spread something because of the use of media. It is very easy to let people know values which might be contrary to the gospel. But again, today, Jesus challenges us as his followers. We shall promote the kingdom of God by doing each act of kindness, no matter how little it is. Each act of smile and forgiveness and love, no matter how little it is, every day of our lives. Because every little thing that we do makes a difference.